Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El. Now, on top of everything that we do here with technology and games, you guys also know that I do a lot of psychology videos, mental health videos. And, as a person who did counseling a lot for people, and a person who was mentoring for a lot of people, a person who did relationship counseling for a lot of people. Some things came to mind. A lot of you guys from my old videos, especially, the PTSD videos and the how to get rid of your, how to get rid of your panic attacks and all of that stuff naturally without using medication. All of you guys actually contacted me and said that you wanted to talk. And I think for the community at large, I think something like this is the people's channel. Sometimes you got to be a people person and talk about real people things. I mean, that's what it's about. This is what this channel is about. So not just reviews and giving honesty, but also we do mental health videos. And I wanted to talk about relationships and breakups and how it affected people, okay? And I'm going to teach you guys something. And if you trust in what I have to say, if you trust in me, in your brother right here, it's going to make things a lot easier on you. Now, a lot of you guys, due to what's going on with the world, their divorce rates went high, everything went high. You know what? I don't even want to say it. People who I don't want to even talk about. I don't even want to say it out loud. All of these things that occurred due to the pandemic. It's extremely awful what went on, especially with relationships, even long-term relationships. I know a brother of mine that was, a brother of ours, 8 years in a relationship and got out of it. His girl just walked out on him, and poor guy was struggling, was, going through it. He's doing great, but, step by step, day by day, and he's doing great for himself. I'm so freaking proud of him. I love the dude. He's really, really cool. But, I noticed a lot of people getting into this, and a lot of you guys reached out to me. You said, I don't know, man, because I still do counseling. I still go online. So keep those emails coming. I still answer you guys, as you see. It just takes a long time because I'm here all on my own. I'm literally doing it on my own, but I'll get to you. And you guys see, how I talk to you guys, and, I'm trying to get that Zoom thing. I'm doing WhatsApp and I'm doing calls and everything, but it's just a little bit hectic. So I'm just going to talk to you guys about this, okay? For those of you guys that were in long relationships, I'm not talking about these 1-2 relationships, pump and dump, all kinds of crap like that. I'm not talking about these experimenting things. I'm talking about long relationships. Relationships that you're in that, that are long and they're fruitful, and then suddenly they break off. So I'm going to teach you guys something. You attract who you are. Now, a lot of you guys probably don't believe that. You're like, oh, because you always put either a woman or either a man on a pedestal, and you just kind of, you look at them and you're like, they're above you, and you're down below. And that's how you see them. And you're used, especially if you're the one that's the good guy here. I'm not talking about the one that broke up with you, because if they had a good reason to, if you're, smacking them around or something. But I'm talking about relationships that broke up, no reason. They were just bored, walked out on you, cheated on you, did anything to you. So you got to understand something, guys, okay? And I gave this speech to a lot of people before in the past, and I wanted to do a video about this to make sure that you guys understand. You guys really attract who you are, okay? You don't automatically put these people on a pedestal. It takes time. Now, those who are toxic to you, what they do is they make you feel like slowly, they suck your energy out. But blood-sucking vampires, they suck the energy out of you. And then they make you to the point like Will Smith, where you just want to please them, but you're not pleasing yourself. And eventually you're pleasing yourself by pleasing them, and you totally forget who you are. You don't love yourself anymore. And what happens is like a lot of you guys, you cried to me. A lot of you guys wrote to me and you said in tears, and you wrote to me and said, and some of you guys spoke to me in tears, and some of you guys weren't in tears but really angry. You attract who you are. But here's the problem, guys, okay? Let's say I attract who I am, me pushed out, right? So I get this person, I get this person who's just like me. We have a lot in common. We go together out. We're forgetting one little element. Friends, people. They're friends, the people they spend time with, the people they meet in the background. In women, this is very, very common. And guys, not so much, because guys don't really care. They're like, yeah, whatever. But guys do have bad influences, too, from other things, but not exactly their friends. Most women, they have friends, unfortunately, that are extremely jealous of them. They might not think that you know, because they love them so much, these people, they don't think that they're jealous of them. But in reality, they are. If they see them with a good guy or whatever, they end up trying to break it off. So if, let's say, you had a bad day with your guy, what they're going to do is they're going to try to make you jealous. That, you know, I mean, they're going to get jealous, and they're going to try to make you more angry till eventually you leave the guy, because misery loves company, and that's what they love. This is more common in women. I'm not being sexist here. I'm telling you, guys, based on you know, based on what's common out there. And men, they have other kind of influences also. They usually, you know, they hook up with you know, with their friends. Sometimes they go to clubs. Sometimes they go. Women do the same thing, and they meet other people, and they do this, and it's really bad. But women have a lot of negative friends, mostly, that are even if these friends are good, they will be jealous of you. And believe me when I tell you this. So always there's an intermediary. Whether you're a girl, whether you're a guy, there's an intermediary that always causes an issue. Now, as a person who's the good guy in the relationship, who doesn't cheat, whether you're the woman or the man, who doesn't cheat or does anything, you got to understand something. You have to take that into account before you go out with these people. If you sense that there's friends out there that are negative, and you will sense it, you have to speak up and make sure that it's out. Because again, you meet this person and they're the same like you. So you have a good rapport, you're together, you're solid, everybody sees you together and says, oh my God, you guys look so good together, you're coming together. But then they take influence from other people, and they slowly become somebody that is not you. So it's not you anymore pushed out. You understand? They become somebody else, a different creature. And this different creature and you just don't vibe anymore, because they became somebody else. It's kind of like being an empath and taking on people's personality, or borderline personality disorder. I worked with a lot of people with borderline personality disorder, where they make you a god one day and the next day they fry you. So there's people that have actual mental disorders that have that. And these are people that need help immediately, because it ends in horrible, horrible ways. I don't want to talk about it here. That'll be another video. But the thing is, they have a big problem with relationships, but also people who have abandonment issues, they experience the same thing. They kind of bounce from relationship to relationship. Any little sign of, you know, that they're going to be abandoned, or that it's not there, they automatically jump and they make you into the bad guy. They will turn you into a bad guy, drag your name through the mud, destroy your entire self, and put you through absolute hell. But I will tell you this, guys. Don't let this get to you. When you see these signs, ladies and gents, from your man or from your woman, and you're going to see these signs, it's better to cut and run. And I'll tell you why. Because if you don't, and I know there's so many people trying to get him back, especially in the women. Women, I love you. Literally, I freaking love you, because you are caring in nature, nurturing in nature. I know many of you guys have been hardened, and I hope that you don't get hardened, because this is really wrong. You should never change yourself, because the second you change yourself into being something else, and you're no longer who you are, you're not winning here. You're not becoming better. You're not evolving. You're becoming worse. Remember, you can't imitate the garbage out there. You can't say, I wish I was cold like this dude. I wouldn't give a shit. You know, you can't do that. So what you need to do is you have to be simple. You got to say, I am who I am, and if this person isn't right for me, I'm going to find someone who is. That's it. And really, you know, all these people, these mentors telling you to get them back. Guys, people do grow up. Don't get me wrong. But if they did you wrong and there's a trust issue there, they're going to do you wrong again. Most likely, they're going to just do it. There's no reason for you to get them back. Now, if you wanted to wait like 10 years, something, see how they are then. But you got to get out there, yo. And I'm telling you right now, getting back with these kind of people is not going to be good for you at all. It's very, very bad. Because again, like I told you, they're no longer you pushed out. They're somebody else. And you're going to carry that resentment, you know, in the long run, and it's not going to last that long. How many times have you been in a relationship where it broke off and you got back together with the person, then like a year or two later it's back to being crap again, and you guys are parted? I mean, you guys see this happening. It's not worth it, really. So what you guys got to just understand in your head is not to feel bad about this, but to feel good that you don't have kids with this person. If you do, it's kind of tough. You know, I feel for you guys. But again, you got to still tell yourselves, this is not the same person. Mourn the loss. Mourn the death of the person that they were. You're not going to change them back because they've been already manipulated. And if they were willing to break your heart and walk away and do horrible things to you, you're not going to get them back. They're going to crawl. Don't get me wrong. They'll crawl right back to you. They're going to do everything in their power, tell you different things to try to get into your world again. You can't let them in. Because if you do, their toxicity will hit you again. This is the type of person that they are. It's just their personality. If you're not going to lead, they'll find their leadership from somewhere else. And that's the problem. That is really a big, big problem. And they're going to go out there and seek advice from their friends who are jealous, from clubs, from every little thing, from other people. Guys, in the end, they're not who you fell in love with. So mourn the death of that person that they were and move on. I'm telling you, your life is going to change for the better. It's going to hurt, of course. It's going to hurt like hell. Okay, it's like losing a pet. Actually, I wouldn't compare it to that. To me, losing a pet is probably the worst thing in the world. One of the worst things. But I'm just saying, you're going to end up saying it's, you're going to feel bad. You're going to be in several stages. The first stage is you're going to blame yourself. Second stage, you're going to try to protect them. Third stage, you're going to just be like to hell and get angry with them. You're wasting your time with anger, with thoughts. If they walked out, they already did the worst thing that they could do. If they dragged your name through the mud, they're not worth a dime. Get the hell away. And you see, the thing is, as I was speaking to you guys also from a spiritual aspect, soul, when you're with somebody, you could believe soulmates, not soulmates. I'm telling you what happens is when you're with a person for a long time, your souls kind of, they merge together. So you have these little tentacles and they're all touching each other and they're stuck. Now, a person who's being manipulated and doesn't have a heart anymore, what happens is he does not feel the attachment, but you do. So to tear that attachment is going to hurt. You're shedding your skin. It's going to be a painful experience. But through understanding, it becomes easier. Okay? There's always better out there. Your life isn't going to be just bad 24/7. It doesn't work like that. Okay? You might be sore. There's going to be a void. You're going to want to fill that void, probably get rebounds and all of that. I ask you not to do that. I ask you in this time to concentrate on yourself, on your success. And never, ever, ever, ever blame yourself. Ever. Because you didn't fail the relationship. They failed the relationship. So I want you guys to understand that. And to, if you did them wrong, that's a different story. Like I'm talking about if you were innocent in this thing. I don't want you to now nitpick and say, well, if I was there and I did and I took them out more, maybe this wouldn't have happened. No, it would have happened. Because let me explain something to you. They have influences. And when they get influenced, they're a different person. In fact, you will see. How many of you guys that broke up in relationships, didn't you notice the person just didn't care? Like my friend who had an 8-year relationship. The girl just walked out on him and acted like the 8 years didn't even matter. And she made him like the bad guy. I mean, you got to understand, the person is not that same person anymore. It's somebody else. So it's like kind of like a reanimated corpse. You got to look at it. And it's somebody else that's there. You know when they're possessed, they go, the body, it's just the body. The person's already dead. That's exactly what it is. Now, could they come back, to being who they were? Guys, even if, let's say that happened, I promise you, your resentment alone will make you so ticked off later on that you either won't want them or even when you're with them, it won't last long. Okay? Are there exceptions to the story? Yeah, 1 out of a billion. But again, why would you want that? Again, they're not the same person anymore that you fell in love with. So if you're going to learn to, like Will Smith, what he did, if you're going to learn to accept their deformity, okay, their new self who is horrible and mistreating you, and you're willing to accept that because it makes you feel good, you're going to forget who you are. I have a guy in my building. I kid you not. He's about 92, God bless him. His wife is like 86. All she does is throw insults at him, to her friends and everybody in the elevator. She would talk horrible things about him, and he just looks down and he just smiles and he takes one hit after another, completely lost his identity. The poor guy is just happy to have her, and she's just using him as a punching bag. It's horrible. You don't want that. Then you get like what happened, you know, I don't want to talk to just Will Smith. I see people that even, you know, boyfriends are going on, guys are going on making videos and saying it's okay to have my wife get planted by, by a bunch of guys because, you know, I want her to be happy. I mean, guys, you have to understand something. You're worth more than this. You were given a life, a soul. You were given a life. You have any idea how many those that pass, and as a clairvoyant I tell you this, how many those that pass look down and wish they have what you have? You have any idea what a gift you have? You have the power to change your lives. You could be in the slump. You could be a complete loser in your head. You can change that. That's what life is. You could change that anytime. Even, you know, losing weight, okay? I always tell people when I used to be a personal trainer, you lose weight when you're ready. Okay, because you could say you're losing it, you'll follow a plan for a week, and then you'll just abandon, you'll fall off the wagon, then you're gonna eat the wagon. You understand? The point is, when you're ready, you do it. Okay? It doesn't matter. You take little steps, whatever reaches, anything is better than nothing, and you will eventually reach that. But never, ever be defeated like this, like that guy in the elevator. Never, ever, ever, ever do that. Never try to get with these people again. Okay? Because it's going to end the same damn way, I tell you. There was a time in my life I didn't even believe in love. I'll be honest with you. I did not believe in love. And, you know, I'm sharing my personal story here. Things happen. You understand? Breakups happen. And it sucks, but you got to deal with it. Okay? And you got to know that that's not the same person. Okay? I remember I was in a relationship once. That was really, really tight, and it was, I believe, an 8-year relationship with this girl up in Staten Island, and, you know, we just kind of grew apart, and she was manipulated a lot by her mother and her friends and everybody else, and before you know it, we just broke up. And I'm not going to lie, I was devastated at that time. I was like, oh my God, this and that, but, you know, I came to that conclusion, she wasn't worth it, and then I find the girl, another girl, and we have a good relationship for a year. It didn't work out, and we had a mutual understanding. And then another one, 4 years. Then I got married, then divorced. Now I'm married again. You know, it doesn't matter how many times you get married and divorced. It doesn't make a difference. Okay? The point is, you're going to find that person who sticks with you eventually. That's what's important. Okay, and when you find that person, they're going to be with you for the rest of your life, and, you know, and if not, then you just go to the next one, and that's it. And it, like I said, loss always hurts in this world, whether you lose them in death or death of a relationship. It's pretty much the same thing. Actually, it's even probably worse because of the fact that they could drag your name through the mud and all kinds of stuff. But the point is, what I'm trying to make is they're no longer the person that you loved. They're somebody else. And you deserve way better than that. So if it took a pandemic to scare them away, to make you guys get into a fight and get a divorce, I could tell you, you realize that, and then you realize, wait a second, this isn't the right girl for me, and, you know, now I found the right one. You understand? This is what you have to tell yourself. And, you know, no matter how good they were. And it's amazing that they were really good people at first. They've been manipulated, they've been tested, and they failed. And they failed the relationship, not you. Okay, and that's the important thing to tell, to understand. That they failed the relationship. And you go and you'll find somebody else, and you will be way, way more happier. I promise you. You're going to suddenly succeed in life like big time. Your work, your ethics, everything's going to change for the positive in a good way. And you're never going to forget who you are. You're going to remember who you are, and you're going to know that you are so freaking great. And because you're working on yourself during this time. I'm not telling you look for other relationships. I'm telling you those relationships will find you. In the meantime, you work on yourself because you abandon yourself so much. It's time for you to tell yourself that you love yourself and to actually mean it and to care for yourself and spoil yourself and make you understand how important you are to this world. And again, if you have any kind of question, you guys contact me, okay? On Instagram, now I take it there because it's easier to communicate than emails that some of you guys sent me emails that went to my spam folder, some I didn't even get. So go to my Instagram. You'll see it on the description down below. Contact me, and I'll be more than happy to help you, because I want you guys to truly understand how special you are. As always, guys, if you like what you see, self-funded here, be sure to check out all my other stuff, from mini-series to unboxings to technology, you know, and Nintendo reviews and 3D printer reviews and all that good stuff. If you like what you see, the only way you can help the channel is by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. Definitely want you guys in it, and I want you guys to be vocal. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.